That is first and foremost giving everybody the joys of creating music. And this is a huge departure from how it is now. It's not really enjoyable to make music now.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why music is dying now. There's been a lot of conversations about this recent interview from the CEO of the company, Suno AI, which is an artificial intelligence company that's focused on reshaping music creation. Their software launched in December 2023 and rapidly gained popularity. They ended up raising hundreds of millions of dollars in funding and pushed the company's value to over $500 million. Now, the controversial, aspect here is that the CEO of this company, he made some comments, in relation to music. Essentially, he suggested that people no longer enjoy making music. Yes, he literally said that, which is absolutely insane. But wait, there's more. Now, the CEO's name is Blacky Spez. He runs an artificial intelligence company, Suno AI, and its main focus is to lower the barrier of entry in music. So just anybody, just any random schmuck in the street can start making music. Honestly, if you ask me, I think this guy is kind of killing music, and I am not even exaggerating. Now, this AI conversation is very relevant right now because AI, artificial intelligence, is a very relevant topic in 2025. When it comes to AI in music, on one hand, there's some people who are actually for artificial intelligence in music because they believe that it can enhance creativity by streamlining tedious tasks and unlocking new possibilities, by the focus shifting from coming up with all these ideas by yourself so you can have more mental bandwidth to produce a bigger batch of music. And on the other hand, there's people like myself, moi, who is completely against AI in music. Now, that's beside the point. One thing's for certain, artificial intelligence in music is having a huge impact on the music industry right now and will have in the future. Recently, Blacky Spez, he did this interview with a creator by the name of Harry Stebbings. I think that's how you say his name. Now, Harry was interviewing Blacky about his company and the future of music creation. And there was a specific part in the interview that went viral on X, formerly known as Twitter, that I wanted to discuss in this video.
That is first and foremost giving everybody the joys of creating music. And this is a huge departure from how it is now. It's not really enjoyable to make music now. People enjoy.
Why did you say that?
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
Now, there's been a lot of people reacting to this particular clip on social media. The general consensus is, of course, that this is some bullshit. To cut to the chase, that's exactly what it is. But let's have an actual conversation about this topic right here. AI, artificial intelligence, is, like you probably know, straight up dominating right now. And if we're keeping it a buck, it's not slowing down anytime soon at all. Technology is moving at light speed, and AI has already snatched up jobs in all kinds of fields, right? According to the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report, over 85 million jobs are estimated to get replaced by automation in 2025. Sounds wild, right? On the other hand, the same report actually says that 97 million brand new roles are gonna, pop up as well. They probably have already popped up. Probably. Now, the real conversation I wanted to have for this video is, how is AI gonna shape the music industry in the long run? Is it gonna, ruin art? I strip away that soul and feeling that makes us love music? Or, now if you ask me, you take away the human aspect of creating art, there tends to be a lack of soul. So, yes. Or is it going to be a tool that just takes care of the boring stuff so artists can actually focus on being creative? That's the big question. Because let's be real, if there's a fat bag behind AI, these companies are going to chase it 1000%. Now, Blacky Spez's main goal to make sure music creation is accessible to everyone, literally anyone who wants to try it. From the research that I did and, from the things that he said, that's the driving vision behind the entire Suno AI platform. He wants to make the creation of music accessible to everybody, and I mean everybody. Now, this software, what it essentially does is it uses artificial intelligence to simplify and streamline the music making process. Whether you're a seasoned pro or someone who's never touched a, drum pad in your life, it apparently promises to open the door to creating your own tracks in an efficient manner. And by the way, I literally just noticed that this literally sounds like a sponsorship for this company. Like it Yo, you should know me enough to know that I'm completely against AI, okay? And I'm pretty sure it's very clear from the video title. Now, what really bothered me about this particular interview is how he talks about music like it's some kind of mass-produced commodity. There's barely any mention of the artistry or passion behind, making music. Just this idea that if you can make it quickly and cheaply, that's all that matters. To me, it feels like he's trying to strip away what makes music special in the first place. Icons like Michael Jackson spent countless of hours perfecting every note to have the best product possible. Also, let's not talk about the countless hours of artist development it took for Michael to do what he did. Now, the interviewer, Harry, he was bringing up this running analogy, which I really liked.
I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
Do you not think that's like running? It is hard to run. It is painful to run. You don't particularly enjoy it, but you love running. And you get good at it, and you get better at it, and you speak to the runners, and they love running.
Most people drop out of that pursuit because it was hard. And so I think that the people that you know that run, this is a highly biased selection of the population that fell in love with it.
Which is exactly what's supposed to happen. I mean, if you drop out of that pursuit, obviously you didn't want it bad enough, and that's completely fine. That's how it's supposed to be, right? If you have aspirations of breaking records like Usain Bolt, shout out to all my Jamaicans out there, your ass is gonna have to put in some goddamn work in that track field, okay? And as a matter of fact, in the words of Usain Bolt, the work is behind the scenes, competition is the easy part.
This here is the reality? Do you mean that the competition is not the reality?
Listen, the work is behind the scene. Competition is the easy part. Behind the scenes is where the work is done. Everything is done to get to that one race that you need to run.
And this is why there's only one Usain Bolt or one Michael Jackson or one The Weeknd. We see them as these finished products, you know, that's showing up, doing all these great things, breaking all types of world records in their respective fields. But they put in and kept putting in, like Michael, an immense amount of time just in order for them to be seen.
That's why I don't put awards or trophies in my house. You won't find a gold record anywhere in my house because it makes you feel you've accomplished. Like, look what I've done. But I always want to feel, no, I haven't done it yet.
Let them know what time it is. The weekend. Weekend, baby. Weekend.
You don't know what's in store. Know what you're here for.
A few years ago, like some of y'all might remember, we spoke about this AI rapper named FN Meka. FN Meka was a racially ambiguous rapper who was out here using the N-word in his music. Now, this AI rapper somehow managed to gain 10 million followers on TikTok. Don't ask me how, I don't know how that's possible, but it happened. What also ended up happening is this thing, okay, we're not even gonna call it a person because not a real, it's a thing, okay? This thing got an actual record deal with a major label, Capitol Records. Now, one of the things this thing, okay, this AI rapper FN Meka did was reenacting, you know, himself or itself being a victim of police brutality. Because this happened during 2020 when, you know, George Floyd was, I can't really say it because they're gonna suppress this video in the algorithm, right? On top of that, it was using the N-word, and it was portrayed as a black man with green hair and face tattoos, man. The whole thing was just like odd, straight up weird. And they essentially wanted to profit off of black culture by using this artificially created rapper. Now, after all these racially induced antics to promote this thing, it eventually got dropped by Capitol Records, and the AI rapper got canceled. And Capitol Records announced on Tuesday it had ties with the FN Meka project, effective immediately. FN Meka has not been heard of ever since, and now just a few years later, with the rise of AI, they're trying to kill the art of making music. Now, there are some very credible people in the music industry, like legendary producer Timbaland, who's been very pro AI.
You want to call it with AI? I don't call it that. I call it a second opinion. That's what I call it, a thought. I feel like I have help. Oh, now I can double up my business in a different way. Now I can be as creative as I want to be. Now the vortex of my brain has been opened.
Now, I honestly thought it was like very strange to see someone who's stood on their creativity for their entire career, like for such a long time, co-signing artificial intelligence. And then it turns out that there's more to the story. Timbaland actually has a partnership with this Suno AI company, okay? Actually, he is the creative advisor for the company, so I'm sure he has a stake in the company, right? All about the dinero. Honestly, this entire thing, I'm just not really for it. I think this is genuinely gonna kill music. Personally, I think, and you let me know what you think if you maybe agree with this, I think lowering the barrier of entry in music is literally the last thing we need right now. Just like how you don't need to lower the barrier of entry for the NBA or Premier League, music is honestly no different. The best art comes from people who are so invested in their craft, they figure it out without having to lean on artificial intelligence. That's what I think. And another aspect of this is, and I don't think a lot of artists who are for, AI are actually thinking about this. And this is something I think is going to happen like maybe, 10 to 15 years, okay? I believe that down the road, okay, they'll probably start storing the codes. I mean, they probably are right now, storing all the music created under this system and begin claiming the masters a couple decades from now. That's what I think. Now, to clarify, that's just a conspiracy theory I have because I'm weird like that. So if you're an artist, maybe think about that right there. Honestly, overall, I think this is going to contribute to a generation of musicians who are looking for the shortcut. In return, there's going to be an influx of lazy musicians at the forefront, and the consumer is eventually going to suffer 100%. Anyway, if you made it this far, drop a like on this video. For all the new people here, my name is Blacky Speaks. Thank you for subscribing. What do you guys think about this story regarding music dying? And what do you guys think about what Mikey Schulman said about the process of creating music? How the hell can you talk about music like that? That's crazy. But anyway, what you guys think about this topic? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.